Good morning. I wanted to talk to you today about motivation. The brain farts that come to me while in the midst of doing things. Like, okay, motivation. That is the driver behind your decision to do anything. Um, when you want to do something, think about what is motivating you. Some people can't be motivated to do anything, but I think that is not a characterological flaw, but more like they haven't really thought about it or defined it yet. And I think once you get a good handle on what is motivating you to do a particular thing, and you really focus on that, then it's a lot easier to achieve whatever goal it is you're going after. For me, my lifestyle changes, which have been evolving for literally decades, have always, well, mostly, I'm going to say 90% of the time, the root of it hasn't necessarily been, oh, I want to lose weight, I want to look better. It's, I feel like crap and I'm tired of being sick and tired and I want to do something so that I don't feel this way anymore because I can't live like this and I got lots of things I really want to do. So, what I had done was tried to identify what is making me feel crummy. And then I would research, well, is it something I'm eating? Is that something that I can find some information about out there? Are there clinical studies? A lot of times there's a lot of really great information out there that will explain to you, you know, the reasons behind certain things that you're feeling or experiencing. It's difficult to sift through all that information. And another thing that I really hope to be able to provide to you guys is a kind of clearinghouse for these sort of things that I've discovered, maybe help you interpret some of the clinical studies that do show that the evidence is out there and that a lot of the information that we've been told throughout the years has been specifically just advertisements for um, the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry, the health insurance industry, like all of these things that have worked, agricultural industry. There's at least now, I think more people are starting to see the things that I've been yelling and screaming about for years. So I feel more comfortable talking about this without looking like a crazy person. So, um, what I'd like to point out going forward are the different things I discovered in my particular circumstance. And I also understand that this may not be your circumstance. This may not be your experience. You may benefit from something different than I've benefited from. But I hope to at least provide broad enough information so that everybody can benefit, but put a little focus on the things that specifically I benefited from and the conditions in which I suffer. Because I've noticed that right now there are an awful lot of people, even more than ever before, that are really, really suffering. It is very, very difficult to see all of these people crying out for help and not getting it. And the bottom line is you're going to have to figure it out for yourself. But I at least want to show you the way on how to do that. How do you figure it out on your own? You know, a lot of this is very, I'm going to say scientifically based because what you're doing is you're trying things out and you're seeing the results. You basically are applying the scientific method to your own experience. And your experience does not lie. And anytime anybody tells you that what you're feeling is wrong, don't listen. Listen to you. Trust yourself. Motivation, your motivation is from you. It's not from somebody else telling you, oh, you need to do this, you got to do that, you should be doing these things. Who the heck wants to be told what to do? I mean, I certainly don't want to be told what to do. I have a problem being told what to do. So what I try to do is instead of telling people what to do, because I've made that mistake before. And if you're watching this and you're one of those people, I apologize. You got to figure this out on your own. Now, again, that being said, there is some pretty solid evidence and scientific proof that there are things that will help you. And then there are also half-truths out there where they'll say, well, if you just eat these things, or if you don't eat these things, or, whatever, you'll magically your symptoms will disappear. And a lot of times they will for a while. And then nutritional deficiencies kick in, or, other symptoms that you're not addressing come up, other conditions that you're not addressing come up. And healing is a very long process. If you're older, if you're 50, if you're middle-aged, you've been dealing your whole life with adding on all of these things that through no fault of your own, either knowing you're doing the wrong thing and just not being able to get to, the motivation to change it and wanting to, or being misled, because that's a lot of what's happening, unfortunately. What you can do is be kind to yourself, be compassionate to yourself, recognize this is a process. Base it on how you feel. Don't stand on the scale all the time. It's nice to know once in a while, step on a scale. I don't own a scale. I decided to give up on it. I use other people's scales periodically just to see how I'm doing. But that is not an indication of anything. How you feel is the greatest indicator. How you look helps, but how you feel, if you adjust and address how you feel, you'll notice that you start to look better too. So I think that's all I had to say today, and I hope you all have a great week. I'm going to try to post these weekly. Right now, I don't want to give myself too much of an overloaded schedule, but maybe I'll give you twice a week. We'll see what happens. Have a good day. Bye.